The iPhone 15 Pro has introduced us to log footage on an iPhone, and I've been using it a ton since I got it. I like it. I think that is great, but I do think that there are 3 significant problems with it, and I want to talk about those in this video today. Now, I want to start this video on the negative side of things because there's so many negative things about the iPhone 15 in the media right now with overheating and the structural integrity of the 15 Pro Max with the titanium in the back and the glass. Let's just talk about the things I like about the log footage. Now, it's very easy to equate quality to sharpness, but when it comes to smartphones, you can quickly get footage that is too sharp, that does not have any quality, and it just looks bad. I think that log being introduced on the brand new iPhone 15 Pro does a really great job of just making the footage softer. It looks nice, colors blend really well, tones blend really well, and I've even been using Pro Mist on my iPhone a lot to make the footage a little bit more soft. I just enjoy the vibe of soft footage. So if you look at my footage in this video, like, oh, his looks considerably softer, that's why. Not too long ago, I released a video talking about filmmaking accessories for the brand new iPhone 15 Pro. So if you're interested on how I'm able to attach a Tiffin Black Pro Mist to my phone, I'll leave a link in the description for you guys to check that video out after you finish watching this one. But I love the quality of the log on the iPhone 15. It's smooth, it's soft, it doesn't look overly sharp, and I think that it looks significantly better than just filming standard on this exact same phone with the exact same lens. It's something about the tone roll-offs that just looks a lot more smooth, and I think the quality of the footage actually looks really good. There were some shots that I filmed on this phone that I was legitimately surprised about when I got home to look at them. This one shot of me right here sitting on my car, when I got to the crib and colored this down, I was like, okay, Apple, I see where you're going. I see you doing something, right? The quality of this log footage on the iPhone actually does look really freaking good. Admittedly, I film a lot of stuff on my phone. It's always in my pocket. It's so easy to pull it out and just film what's going on. And if you want to capture real world moments in your life with your family and stuff like that, this is probably going to be the camera that you use. It's not intrusive, it's not big, it doesn't take you a long time to build out a rig. So I film a lot of stuff on my phone. Now, in the past, with the footage that I filmed on my phone that I'm integrating into YouTube projects and stories, what I would do is I would try to like rough it up or make it look more nostalgic, right? I would add a lot of grain to it. I would make it black and white. I would throw a film mat on top of it just because I knew if I left it how I filmed it with the standard color, the standard sharpness, all that sort of stuff like that, it was hard for me to manipulate it and make it actually look like it came from the other cameras that were used in the project. I just wanted to quickly point out in the project that this was shot on a phone or it was shot in the past, and it just gives you more of a nostalgic feel to the footage. I love the fact that with this iPhone 15 Pro, if I'm filming in log and I have good light and I'm feeding the sensor light, you literally can't tell the difference in a lot of shots from this phone to a cinema camera or any DSLR mirrorless camera, honestly. Obviously, this has different nuances. It has the in-body image stabilization that sometimes tweaks out. That's like an instant dead giveaway. But if you're in the right scenario with this phone, lighting wise, nobody's gonna be able to tell the difference, honestly. I love the fact that I can now pull my phone out of my pocket, shoot something really quick, and be able to integrate it into a project later down the line and not have the viewer notice. I talked a lot about how this is my most used camera because it's always in my pocket. The fact that I now have log on this, I don't feel bad about capturing really beautiful moments on my phone. A lot of the times I would feel guilty, like, man, this looks too good to film on my phone. Let me go build out a rig real quick and let me go try to make it look perfect. And then by the time I do all that, the scene doesn't even look the same. The fact that I could just pull this out of my pocket when I'm on a go, when I'm traveling, when I see something that's scenic and that looks really good, and film a log clip on it and add that to the story that I'm telling, makes this thing so freaking powerful. The sheer convenience of having ProRes RAW in log in your pocket is literally game changing. If you've ever filmed or taken any photos on your iPhone before in the past, there are a lot of scenarios that you find yourself in where the software is doing a lot of processing for you to get you a clean exposure throughout the image. It might be bringing down the exposure in the sky or lifting up the exposure in the shadows to make it look like a really clean HDR look with the footage or the photo that you're taking. I found that with the log footage on the brand new iPhone 15, the software enhancements look really natural. This one shot of me sitting on my car, you can see once the color grade rolls over top of the image, all of it looks exposed pretty evenly. You know, it looks like the camera has a lot of dynamic range, but it doesn't look overly processed. I find that if you're filming on the iPhone a lot of the times in the day or even at night, it either won't allow you to have silhouettes in the video or it won't allow you to have a blown out sky. And that in turn makes a lot of footage that you film on your phone just not look realistic. It doesn't look natural. It doesn't look like the sensor from a cinema camera or even what your eye can see the majority of the time. So while I really do enjoy the software enhancement for a lot of the stuff that the iPhone does, I think that it overly does it. And with the log on the brand new iPhone 15, I feel like it just tones it down a little bit. It feels like the camera has a ton of dynamic range, but it doesn't feel like overly done. It doesn't feel super HDR. So those are the things that I really like about the log on the brand new iPhone 15 Pro. Let's talk about some of those problems that I've been noticing with the log. Being able to film ProRes and have it in log, we knew that the file sizes were gonna be huge, but you really don't notice how much of a problem this is until after you film a ton of footage. You have to go through the process of transferring it to a computer. And it is better than last year because now we have USB-C. We could take advantage of a little bit of those additional speeds, but aside from that, if you don't want to use an SSD, the file sizes can quickly become a problem because you have to use internal storage to store the files while you're out filming them. Now, the SSD solution is cool, but I think the problem with the SSD solution on the iPhone 15 Pros is that if you use an SSD at this current moment, you have to figure out some sort of jimmy rig for it. One quick solution that I found that works really well with the SSD thing is just attaching a command strip to the back of your phone and then attaching the SSD. And that works, it's cool. But the problem with this process, or pretty much any other process that is out there right now that a lot of YouTubers are making videos about, is that once you have this SSD attached to the back of your phone, you block MagSafe, which means you no longer can use other accessories. And one of my favorite accessories to use with the iPhone 15 Pro is just a filter attachment that attaches via MagSafe. So if I have my SSD on the back of my phone, I no longer have the option to use the filter as well. So until we figure out and we see some better solutions to use SSD case-wise, I personally don't want to use it. I also feel like bringing an SSD, even though they aren't huge, it kind of robs you of the experience of just having your phone on you, you know? Now you're turning it into a professional thing when you could just use your camera. You know, this is supposed to be light, nimble, always on you. And I think that the SSD kind of weighs it down a little bit. But the file sizes are big, and that's a problem when you have to transfer footage, when you have to store the footage on the phone. I would love it if in the future, Apple can give us the option to shoot maybe ProRes Proxy or ProRes LT, or even an H.265 file that has all of that quality that is also log. ProRes is cool, I think it's great. It makes it really easy to edit, but I think that the codec itself makes the file sizes really big, which is a problem for transferring and also storing it on our phones. If you film log on your mirrorless camera or your cinema camera, most of the time you have a LUT that you can actually preview what the Rec 709 footage will look like. It's no monitoring options in the default camera app on the iPhone right now to monitor what the log footage is even gonna look like. A lot of the times it will get the exposure pretty good, but sometimes it doesn't. And then you're just kind of adjusting the exposure, hoping that you get something that looks good. If they could just integrate a really quick preview LUT of what the Rec 709 conversion would look like on this phone, I think that it would improve the process of filming logs so freaking much. It does not look good, man. I don't know if it's a Final Cut Pro thing. I don't know if they have a better conversion LUT for this inside of DaVinci or display is better, but the conversion LUT for the log on the brand new iPhone 15 Pro just does not look good at all. All the footage that I've been showcasing in this video, I literally color graded from scratch, like from start to finish. The conversion LUT just doesn't look good. I feel like it blows out the highlights. It makes the shadows look really like grainy and like icky. Like the conversion LUT just isn't good. I know that this is an exciting feature and it's cool to be able to do it, but if you don't have experience color grading, you might have a problem with filming log on the iPhone because the conversion LUT that Apple provides just does not look good. I don't know what it is, man. It just does not look good. And I've used a ton of different conversion LUTs for my Canon cameras, for Sony, you know, obviously Nikon, Fuji, a lot of different conversion LUTs. This one is one of the worst. It just does not look good. The colors aren't deep. Most of the time it's overexposed. The shadows just look icky. it's not a good conversion LUT. If you're filming log, I would suggest that you low-key just do it from scratch because the conversion LUT just isn't good. I think that is huge leaps in the right direction, and I think that this is a significant upgrade to filming standard on pretty much any other iPhone, even this iPhone right here. If you compare the log to the standard footage, it's night and day. It looks way better. Overall, this is an incredible tool. I think that if Apple takes into consideration some of the complaints that a lot of the creators on the internet are sharing about this, on the next iPhone or somewhere in the near future, this log on the brand new iPhone 15 Pros is gonna be freaking incredible. It's already really good. And it actually makes me excited to use my phone to film something on it. But that's that, man. Y'all let me know that in the comment section what y'all think about the log on the brand new iPhone 15 Pro. You guys getting one? You guys not getting one? You think it sucks? You think it looks good? Let me know that in the comment section, man. Holla at me. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to drop it a like. But with that being said, I'm out, y'all. Peace.